Welcome to Desmond's Donders. Let's head off on a donder. Welcome to the second of our videos where we're actually on the Isle of Arran. We left the King's Caves car park, headed north for an indoor day as the weather was so bad. As an illustration of this, just look at some of the roads we have to face. You'll see them coming up shortly. A nice rainbow, but just look at this puddle. And as we turn the corner, it doesn't get any better. Yes, that's a river flowing down the left-hand gutter of the road. And as you see, often down both sides of the road. The ground is saturated and it's just flowing straight off, finding the shortest route to the sea. Although you can see blue skies occasionally, mostly it was dark and it was raining. But here we're passing through the main village of Lochranza, the spit where the castle is, and on and arriving at our target for the morning, the distillery, or rather my target for the morning. As a quick note here, as we approach the distillery, they provide motorhome and coach parking separate from the main car park. It's actually a better car park and closer to the door. You pull in here and reverse into the parking before entering through that door there, and that's where you get your tour, food and whiskey. I'll leave you in the capable hands of the tour guide we had.
%, of all the barrels we speak of whiskey. They're legally affording allowed to use the barrels of whiskey to make bourbon in whiskey scrap them. We're very, very happy at this, if we need them. They're made from American white oak. The most mature whiskey in oak barrels. It's a very good supply. But bourbon didn't come to the Arran district till after Prohibition. So you'll be talking late 1930s, early 40s.
I actually muted the chat from the guide because, as you heard from that small segment, it was windy and inside they're in full production, so the noise was quite loud. However, it's a very interesting tour. It's a full 1 hour. I'd do it again. One of the best tours I've ever been on. I learnt a number of things about whisky which I didn't know, and I've done many tours and drank the product for many years. Well worth it, and a lovely tasty whisky. The flags are at half mast because one of the customers who lives on the island in Lochranza had recently died. And that just sums up the community that we found on this whole island. Leaving the distillery, we head off towards Lochranza Castle for a look round, heading back towards Machrie Moor, but Lochranza Castle first. As we come along the road, we spot something and we pull in early to get some video. Red deer, after the rut, feeding down on the grass by the castle. Onwards, let's have a look round. The guidebooks describe Lochranza well, surrounded on 3 sides by hills and to the front by the Loch. A beautiful place and a fine place for a castle. Lochranza Castle, the Isle of Arran, and the sun is out briefly, although very briefly. It's been a wet and windy day, but we're getting a few minutes of peace while we explore the castle not far along the road, the Lochranza Distillery. This view sums up for me Lochranza and the Isle of Arran. A beautiful place and a welcoming place. we headed off, heading towards Machrie Moor, our overnight spot. But we haven't finished with the sightseeing just yet. The roads have dried out somewhat, but there's still plenty to see. This is the famous 12 Apostles. We couldn't stop, but Lindsay managed to capture this video out through the window. And of course, because we're driving towards the south of the island, the low-lying setting sun decides to put in an appearance. And for those in doubt, those are peacocks. They can fly. And as we approach the park up, another beautiful display and a rainbow. And on arrival, as the weather was so nice, did we settle down? No, straight up onto the moor to see the stones. We set off the next day, heading for Isle of Arran and the waterfalls. And these we did see. We were going to stay near Lamlash overnight, but made a decision late on to change our plans. There's a shock.
Climb to the viewpoint, they said. It'll be worth it, they said. You can just about make Isle of Craig out. And there's Desmond at the bottom.
But there are waterfalls, and not the biggest on the island. They actually are quite impressive. After a late lunch at Lamlash, we decided the weather had beaten us this time. We would take the last ferry of the day and begin our journey home. But please join us next week, because the journey home is worth seeing. Some more beautiful spots. Thank you for watching Desmond Stardust. We'll hope you'll join us again for more photos, waffle and video as we travel around Scotland. Bye for now.